Be advised, if the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch.
Hello, good evening. My name is Harry Tambuatco and welcome to our program. We're going to talk about issues that clearly identify themselves to you. These issues is not about dynasties. It is not about the Bangsamoro and not necessarily what is hitting the front pages, but what should be called priority. It's called insurance. Ang pagkaintindi po natin sa insurance, anong role niyan sa kabuhayan natin, how does that play a role and an importance in our life? Knowing that only 40% of the Filipinos actually hold bank accounts. Can you imagine? 40% lang may bank account. The other 60% don't even bank. No? Can you imagine how many people are really secured? Can you actually get security like insurance without a bank account? Oh, these are the small issues. There are many issues we're going to talk about insurance that involve us. Alam niyo po, insurance is called protection. That's another word. Are we protected? Are we insured? Do we even want to protect ourselves? Or do we even care to insure ourselves? Or mas mabuti pa pakinggan sa mga walang insurance, bakit mo kailangan ng insurance? At anong klaseng insurance? At kanino ka pupunta? Ang guest po natin ngayong gabi, we have George Mercado, President no less, of Philippine Prudential. He is also President of the Insurance Life Association in the Philippines and also of Asia. Is that correct, George? Hi and welcome to the show. What's the other title you have with the Asian?
Oh, no, I'm the Vice Chairman of the
Chair.
Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific.
For Asia and the Pacific.
Yes.
Dito based po yan sa Pilipinas.
Dito
rin
yan,
based. Let me go straight to the question. What is the state, first general question, what is the state of our insurance in the Philippines now?
Well, if you're talking about life insurance,
We have to separate the two
yes.
para maintindihan ng taong bayan natin.
Right. Because I don't have enough information on the other types of insurance.
But we will stay with just life on
Yes.
this show, just for
Yes.
this show. Okay.
Sure.
On life insurance, the state.
Yeah, well, sad to say, of our population, 16% of our population is insured.
Yun lang.
Yes.
16%.
16. And actually, 16% is already adding group insurance. So you're already talking of even SSS and GSIS and all the group insurance coverage. But if you take the actual life insurance coverage, which is what is the worldwide practice, only 4% of our population has individual life insurance.
Let's break this down. The SSS is some type of insurance.
Yes.
It is a form of insurance. PhilHealth, likewise, is a form
Medical.
of insurance.
Medical.
Medical yon. And these insurance, pag sinabi mo insurance, di ba, it's basically protection.
Yes.
And forward planning for a period of time in your life, baka sakali tamaan ka ng kung pera kailangan mo o may sakit ka or whatever purpose,
Yes.
education,
Right.
or naipit
Retirement,
ka,
yeah.
retirement, matanda ka na, hindi ka na pwede magtrabaho, ideally may insurance ka. And private insurance is added over and above the required, which is SSS.
Yes.
Pag nagtrabaho ka, kailangan magbayad ka. Your employer has a share and you have a share every month.
Correct.
Para pag retiro mo, safe na safe ka, meron ka nakukuha pensyon, bonan.
Yes.
The state of local insurance then is only 16%. But if we were to group all the insurance worldwide, you said?
Oh, no, I meant if you take all the insurance coverage, including group insurance here in the Philippines,
Yes,
it's
lahat.
16%.
16%.
Yes, right.
Pero ang actual life lang on the private,
4% for individual.
why is it so low,
Yeah.
George?
Well, there's a lot of thoughts on this. Well, for one, it's economic based. You know, the higher the gross domestic product, or GNP,
Yeah,
gross
GDP.
national product,
Gross
or
national,
GDP
GNP.
of a country, the higher the insurance penetration rate.
Always ganun ang ratio
Yeah.
of penetration.
Yes, worldwide. It's
Worldwide
yeah,
practice to.
right, yes.
So kung walang pera yung taong bayan, mahina yung bayan, mahina din insurance nila.
Yes, because of course, we have a 27% poverty rate according to ADB.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're in that range, yung priorities mo are different. You need to take care of food
Isang tuka,
first.
isang kain, isang
Yeah,
tuka.
food first.
Food first.
Yeah. And then shelter, no? In fact, shelter, the cost of shelter, whether it be rental or ownership of
What comes first,
property.
insurance or shelter? Shelter muna.
Shelter muna. That's the biggest cost in our expenses is shelter.
So as we're growing up, the first thing is food because it's a
Yeah.
daily requirement
Right.
3 times a day.
Then
And
shelter.
the next biggest expense is shelter. What is the third?
Well, I don't have the
Iba-iba
exact-
na. Ano
iba-iba
kaya
na
yung kotse?
reasoning, oh.
Pag Pilipino, kotse, sasakyan,
Well,
motorsiklo, jeepney.
transportation, or but anyway, life insurance is not a priority.
Should it
Yeah.
be?
I think it should because first of all, nobody's exempted from dying.
That's well put. Sige, 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 okay.
So we have to prepare for that eventuality. You know,
So we need to educate our people to increase the 4%, if not the group insurance module, which is 16%. So even like SSS, PhilHealth, whatever protections made available. So kulang pa rin tayo sa edukasyon para sa taong bayan.
Yes, I think that's one big challenge that we have. So we at the Philippine Life Insurance Association is trying to work with the Department of Education. In fact, we had some series of meetings already, and we were promised to be given the curriculum for grade 7.
I
This
don't
will be a
understand.
start.
Why is it's only now, it's 2012, and we're only trying to get a curriculum has the past governments failed, the financial institutions that have ruled this country? We've had a lot of brilliant minds there, from Ong Pin, who is now one of the bigger boys today, Bobby Ong Pin, even Purisima. All these big names in the financial industry knew of this situation. How come they've not reached out through education? Di ba only through education can you improve
Yeah,
or
we-
introduce
yeah.
the concept of insurance?
Actually, we just started discussing this about a year or two ago. About
Buti naman ang pag-isipan nyo. Eh kung
now,
hindi
why
sa
don't we
inyo.
try, starting it young, with our younger citizenry. At least grade 7, high school, they'll get to know about financial literacy. The association have been doing in the past, during our Life Insurance Consciousness Week, we've been doing a lot of activities on insurance and conferences and newspaper articles. In fact, all the different insurance companies are by themselves just propagating insurance to their own
Their own
media.
ways, their
Yes.
own education.
Right.
Sila-sila lang eh. But there is
Right.
no massive move by government or the country to educate everybody.
Right.
Why is it a financial calculation for insurance? Because you're buying now for the future? Is that how you look at it? Or should we look at it, secure yourself for the future, regardless of the cost?
Yeah, secure yourself for the future. Yeah.
Dapat ganun ang labanan.
Yeah, you should know what to prepare yourself for. Yung mentality natin dating bahala na.
Opo, opo.
As you've seen,
Yes,
a
I
lot
know.
of these caskets na may canvas, di ba? Especially in the poorer areas. Tapos yung bangkay nililipat from one house to the other kasi yung nagtotong sila para to
Para
earn
to
enough
generate money.
Yeah, for the burial expense, no?
So, the gross national product, the income, jobs, meaning jobs, the people having jobs and having an income and having a fairly good financial state until we resuscitate that and bring that up, the insurance issue will become a stalemate or become problematic
Right.
until umakyat yan.
Yeah.
Do you see it going up in the last 3 years, 4 years?
Actually, it's starting to pick up. The economy in the Philippines is very good. In fact, we have a lot of foreign investors coming in.
But we don't allow them to own anything here. Pinagbabawalan natin from schools to media to owning land. My gosh.
Yeah.
We are saying, alika, pasok kayo. Pero at the same time, hindi ka pwede dito, ha? Malis kayo. I don't understand that policy, but then again, that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, some of them are investing, at least. That's good, no? Kasi now the corporations or the businesses don't have to borrow too much because they have money coming into the stocks that are much lower ang cost nila. No? So,
And our income here, the spreads are better than around Asia right now.
right.
And America as well.
Also, the insurance industry has also been going down. I mean, lowering the premiums. We have now microinsurance.
Ano yung
Yeah,
micro-insurance?
This is the insurance for the poor.
Meron pala.
Yeah, yes.
Tell us about it. Do you
Yeah.
have that? Do you have
Yeah,
that product
that's,
with Philippine Prudential?
Yes, we
tell
do.
Tell us about
as
that.
well
product.
as with 15
May
other
micro
companies.
pala, ha?
Yes, microinsurance. There
Ah.
are 15 companies now that are allowed to sell microinsurance.
How does that work?
The
Maliit na
premium is as
binabayad mo.
low as 20 pesos a day.
Okay.
Yeah, or 600 pesos a month.
Okay. At safe na safe ka na doon.
Yes, your coverage is about 500 times the daily minimum wage, so you can go up to 200,000 coverage.
Wow, with only
Yeah.
20 a day.
Yes, with 20 a day. So
But you have to be how old to join it?
you could
Any?
Yeah, any age up to age 65.
Ba? Okay yan.
Entry age up
I
to
should do that with
entry
my
age
employees.
64.
Mga
Right.
mga enterprises dapat gawin nila yun para sa staff nila because that's reasonable.
Yeah. So a lot of cooperatives doing that right now.
Should Filipinos, especially those who already have jobs and are covered by SSS, should they go to private insurance like Philippine Prudential?
Yes, they should still get additional insurance coverage.
Should they?
Yes, they should, because the coverages for the mandated insurance coverage are really just barely enough, to pay for final cost. Then you have, of course, tuition fees, you have mortgages, loans.
And those that have invested, over the years you've seen the payback is mathematically correct. The financial breakdown is talaga nakukuha nila at the end.
Yes.
Hindi ba takot ang Pilipino mag-insure because mga nangyari dun sa pre-need? Di ba may
Yes,
issue yan?
that's
Maybe you can help
another-
clarify
yes.
our audience.
Yeah.
Para
Yeah.
maano lang natin both sides.
Yeah,
no?
that's another problem that happened, yeah. Because the pre-need industry is a different type of business model, where most of our population think that it's the same thing as insurance. Actually, it's not.
Walang-wala.
Yeah,
na, diba?
it's different, totally different. The life insurance business here in the Philippines is a very old business. Life insurance has been around the world for 200 years. There are companies here operating at 100 years
Yes.
old, 50 years old.
And they're stable.
Yes, stable, because we are following international standards. Hindi natin inimbento ito. It's already been there.
Pero yung pre-need,
Well,
gawa
that
natin
is
yan dito.
something that's unique. It's only here available in the Philippines.
Ba't napayagan yun ng gobyerno?
I don't know. I guess at the beginning, it used to be good. Here, I think this is where the tuition fees, the educational plans are, I think, the main problem here.
That's where
It used to
dyan
be,
pumutok eh.
yeah, open-ended. So during that time, your tuition fees were regulated by the government, so schools cannot go over 10% increase every year. And also, the investments were good. You remember the Jobo bills?
Yes, magaganda.
People used to be able
The yield
to
was
invest
excellent.
for 40%,
Yes,
a year.
yes.
So you're making 40% and you're paying
Paying
10.
10%.
So it was good business. But when the government deregulated the tuition fee, and so
Should
with your
government
fish-
have deregulated the tuition fee?
yeah, it could have been still good up to a certain point. But now,
do you
yeah.
feel, you're an insurance man, you're an insurance expert, should
Right.
government did they do the right thing by deregulating that?
I think
Because everyone's complaining,
yeah,
tuition
fee is too high.
Yeah, everyone's
Right.
complaining everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
suffering from it. I have 2 kids in college, di ba? Magkano na ngayon sa Lasal?
Yeah.
Let's see. Magkano maabot ngayon? If I'm not mistaken, it's average of 150,000 a year.
Yeah, it used to be 100,000 during my time.
See?
My children.
Di ba? And it's di mo 50% yun, ha?
yeah.
And it's still climbing.
Yeah, yeah.
Soon, in the States, it's ridiculous already from where it's going.
Right.
Should they have stayed the regulation, do you think? Or dapat sana hindi na lang dapat ginawa?
Well, baka tumagal ng konti yung pre-need companies.
So in other words, doomed to failure talaga yun.
Yeah, because you could not control your liabilities. They were, open-ended. Masyadong
Unlike
malaki
life,
yung amount. Yes.
unlike hindi ganun ang
Yes,
pattern.
because we have a face amount or the amount of insured. It's fixed. From the very beginning, we tell you apply for it. I want 100. I want 1 million pesos worth
Yeah,
of
wow.
life insurance coverage. So you're
So
going to be
they-
paid 1 million.
Ang insurance
That's our
ba, is that a betting game for the future?
I think it's more of a savings.
A saving.
Because it's going to happen. Like I said, nobody's accepted from dying, Harry.
So, ang business mo pala, parang mga gumagawa ng mga kabaong, they're all dying to get to you. No, but it's protecting yourself against
Right.
death.
Yes.
Pag hindi ka handa, never mind ikaw, kung patay ka, so what? You're done, you're finished,
Yeah.
you're gone, you're out of this
But-
earth. But the people you're leaving
Yeah,
behind,
it's going to pay for the bills.
You,
Of course, there's the final bills,
The
hospital
services.
bills, and then the final cost of burial and all of that. Then you have utang,
Ayun.
mortgages. You also have the Bureau of Internal Revenue,
Oo nga, ano.
inheritance tax. In
Sasabayan
fact,
ka
there's a
na.
lot of people that are older people that are buying that for estate planning.
That's their only purpose, just
Yes,
estate
to be
planning.
able to pay the taxes, the inheritance tax.
Should that be a campaign issue to teach the Filipinos, because we have a new election coming around? Is that a priority issue for our countrymen? Should it be a priority issue? Or should we just let insurance, the state of insurance, be the way it is? Should Filipinos buy more insurance?
I think they should.
What level, what percentage would you be happy that the Filipinos are insured? 20, 30% more? Ideal?
We've been talking for a long time of reaching 20%, including group.
Yes, including group.
We haven't even reached that.
It's a far cry, 4% to 15%.
Yeah.
Up to
Even
20 lang.
4%
Ang Amerika.
individual lang. Well, you're looking at, well, in some, I don't exactly know in America, but in some countries like, I think in Taiwan, it's like every person has 2 life insurance policy.
Wow. Japan, ganun din sila.
Yeah.
Mga developed
Actually,
countries,
much higher pa in Japan.
much higher pa.
Yeah.
So developed countries, maayos insurance nila. Pagdating sa poorer countries, wala.
Right.
So there's a real direct relationship on, we have to improve first the country financially before we can go into. How safe are the insurance companies in the Philippines?
They're
How
very
safe is safe?
right? Because first of all, we're regulated by the Insurance Commission, and all our liabilities are checked every year. Meron kaming actuary, a resident actuary that tells us it's time to put in more reserves. Reserves are the monies that you put aside,
Palabas.
so that you can prepare for your liabilities, your future liabilities.
So people ready to get to cash out, and you're required to pay out, so to
Yes,
speak.
pay out when they die or when their policies mature. So there are endowments that mature in 10, 15, 20 years. So those need to be paid. So every year we calculate how much reserves we have to put aside. And the reserves are invested in government securities, bonds that are approved by the government, by the Insurance Commission.
But the interest rates today are, well, no, hang on, maybe I'm
There are
wrong.
some good ones.
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
Because the savings are really terrible. That's crap.
right now.
0.03. I mean, you know.
Now they're really low. Once in a while you get a good one, like just recently we saw San Miguel offering 8%
Ba, okay
for
yun.
a 10-year bond. That was good.
But you hold on to that for future.
Yeah,
just
it's a 10-year
long term,
bond. So
oh.
you match that towards your liabilities that will mature in 10
in
years.
10 years.
Right.
Wow. So if your insurance company, people like you on the top don't understand business like this, the people buying into that insurance company, you'll be messed up. So you are regulated by the Insurance Association, or we have regulators.
Yes, we have the Insurance Commission.
The Insurance Commission is under the financial
Yes,
head.
the
So under
Department
Pulisima.
of Finance. Yes.
Department of Finance.
Yes, they're very strict, so they make sure. In fact, there aren't any life insurance company in the Philippines that has closed down.
None.
None.
How is the relationship of insurance to the banks that the central banks have been closing down? Di ba sunod-sunod dyan, may marami-rami.
Yeah.
Hindi nadadama yung insurance dito.
No, because like I said, we have a lot of regulations in place.
What happened to
Eh.
those banks, George? Yung mga sinasara ng mga central bank. Recently,
Yeah.
I know of one, a good friend of mine, well, he's now medicating the state's poor man, Mr. Yasay. He was talking for and on behalf of Banco Filipino. Di ba sumara din yan eh?
Oh, right.
When banks close down, it shakes the financial industry. Insurance
Yes.
is under the financial regulation, or they're the extreme regulators through what we call the Insurance Association, right?
Yes.
So, kung may nangyayari financially, nadi-disturb din kayo.
Somewhat a little bit disturbed, but not as much as the banks. Kung bangko magsarado. Because, like I said, there aren't any insurance companies that have closed down yet. Life insurance companies.
Life,
Right,
wala.
right.
Yung non-life, ang dangerous.
I'm not sure. I don't have the information on the non-life.
Tell us about Philippine Prudential. Your straight life, you have many services that you offer. Long-term life, of course, straight.
Yeah.
Pero marami kayong, now you have the micro insurance for
Right.
the poor.
Yes.
Don't you have medical also as well? I think you do.
Well, we're planning to do that. In fact, we have some products now that are waiting for insurance commission's approval on medical insurance. We have some sort of what we call hospital income benefit plan.
Hospital
so we have that
income
for-
benefit.
right.
Bakit income? Naging
Yeah.
income yun. Paano
Well,
naging income
if
yun?
you get hospitalized, we pay for every day that you're confined in a hospital.
Right, right.
Yeah. Regardless if you have an HMO or any other plan.
You are covered.
Yes, we cover you for up to 2,500 pesos per day of hospital confinement.
That's a nice product.
Yeah.
This is called the life insurance. This is
Yes,
non-life.
this is life insurance.
This is life.
Yeah, that's what
I
we
don't
call
know how,
hospital
when do you
income.
differentiate non-life tsaka life? Nalilito ako eh.
Well,
Car insurance is
Yeah,
non-life.
that's non-life. Yeah, it's also in the U.S. they call it property and casualty insurance. So this is for motor car, houses, fire,
Pero kung maaksidente ka sa kotse,
accident.
life yon.
Both of us carry it. Life and non-life carry accident insurance.
Both
Yeah.
carry it.
Yeah, we both also carry health.
Health also.
Mm-hmm.
Does Prudential Life carry that? Both car insurance, mabangga
No,
ka,
we
wala.
Philippine
Straight life.
Prudential only has life right now.
Life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other ones that are here, alam ko, they're the big American insurance companies that America was going to introduce insurance to us. This is what I've read up on.
Yeah, we follow the insurance code of America.
The insurance code.
Yes, right.
And they're the ones who introduced insurance to us when they came into the Philippines in the early
Well,
20s.
actually, there were other companies that were older than the American companies, like the Canadian companies.
Ba nauna pa dito sa Pilipinas?
Yes, over 100 years na, Sun Life.
Sun Life.
Yes.
Paano sila nakapunta dito? Wala naman, they didn't conquer us or anything
No,
like
they
that.
they just opened up an insurance company in the late 1800s.
Ba, okay yun. Pero maliliit lang o konti lang customers
Yeah,
nila.
at that time. Then they started becoming big, and now they're quite large.
What should viewers,
In fact, they're the biggest now.
they're the biggest now, Sun Life.
Yeah.
What should Filipinos do when they're choosing an insurance company? Who should they talk to? Dapat ba kaibigan mo yung insurance company mo? Should there be a personal relationship? Or should it be based on study na sino pinakamalakas, sino ito? How does one choose who is best to insure your life with?
The one that could provide him the answers to his needs.
I don't understand.
Well, like for instance, if I approach you and I start asking you, your financial requirements, and then I'm able to uncover a need that you don't have right now for insurance, that should be where you should get your insurance from.
So it's a personal thing with your insurance person because the insurance person studies you first.
Yeah.
Won't sell you anything you don't require.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have to take a break, George. Ladies and gentlemen, if you caught that part, it is not the stability, the brand. It is not necessarily just how big a company is. It's the service that gets to you. So I guess there's a personal side of this. I'd like to also delve on other issues that involve the country when it comes to insurance. Does it make the financial situation or the financial banks and conglomerates and whatnot, does it make it healthier? Does it make it more stable? Does insurance help so to speak, to hold on to the financial capacity of the country? When we come back, we'll discuss these issues. Now, stay around and we'll be right back.